Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Steph.
Hey, hi.
I
How
just
are you guys
abbreviated
doing?
your name.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I have to say, first of all, this movie should come with a warning. Box of tissues required.
Oh,
Well,
that's good.
we
I guess.
really bring out the tears, don't we?
Yeah, oh yeah. From the moment the screen opens. No. But,
Oh no!
yeah.
That's...
From the very.
No, I'm
Wait a
Oh
minute.
God.
Why do I have to?
No. So.
What do you mean to
what is-
say exactly?
No. I'm just kidding. It was towards the end. I'm like, oh my gosh, where's the tissues? So what did you guys like about this project? How did it find you? Because you're perfect in it together.
Well, we know. I'm kidding. If there's an opportunity for a joke, I will throw it in. Alexis, how did this project find you? Through your agent.
Through my agent, the usual way. But
Right.
no, when I read it, I thought it was a really human story about two people that when you read the script, you really do care about what happens to both of these people, and I thought that was a good sign, and I really like that Molly has this incredible compassion for other people to the point where it's one of her biggest faults that she's like too caring and too available to people who maybe she shouldn't be available to, she shouldn't put herself out there for. So, the fact that her problem is that she has to kind of reel that back in. I've only met a few people like that, but I have met people like that in my life, and I'm sort of endlessly inspired by them. So to get to play someone like that was exciting to me.
Awesome.
And I love this kind of unique challenge of playing someone with short-term memory loss and how that affects your everyday life and what the gravity of that situation. It just really spoke to me. I thought it was well written. The guy Rain Man wrote it, and that kind of speaks a lot to it. And the opportunity to work with Alexis, the opportunity to work in New Orleans.
Right.
Just the opportunity to work. I think that's a big thing too. So yeah, I thought the whole package.
Right. Well, we miss you from Chuck, so.
Oh well, bless your heart. Thank you.
Good to have you back. So your character is dealing with a promising past, and then you have a humble existence by day. Is it hard to imagine this happening in real life because you're spending so much time being preoccupied during the day preparing for tomorrow?
Yeah, what's interesting, and one of the things I kind of reflected on was, while he is obviously very aware of his problem throughout the day, he's in some way, he's not really worried about much because he doesn't know much. He doesn't, basically he looks at his list and goes, okay, well, I got to do this, then I got to do this. And I'm kind of a creature of habit myself in my own life. So in some ways that's kind of freeing. It's like, oh, I don't have to, my schedule's set out for me. I go and I do these things. And the only thing that I'm really even consistently aware of, other than what I have to do, is the reason why I have this to-do list, which is that I have no short-term memory. So that weighs on him. And I think, probably some notes that he's made back at his apartment that he'll look over and be like, oh, I went on a date with this girl that I don't remember. I don't remember her or the date, but I know it didn't work out because I have this issue, this problem. And that's got to be very kind of, sad, but also, paralyzing. How do you move forward? And that's kind of addressed in the film as well. And
Right.
I think why he's paralyzed, or why he is so scared to talk to Molly about the issue, because he actually genuinely does like her a lot. I would even say loves her. He loves her instantaneous. He sees her and he's just smitten with her. He's Twitter-pated, if I could be so bold as to quote Bambi. And and she loves him in return, and how do you, it's a very intriguing issue. Like, how do you, you have this amazing gift of a fresh love every morning with one another, but also the double-edged sword of that is that I don't remember anything about her. I don't remember her favorite food or clothes. I have to look at a list. I have to look at notes to tell me that. Like, that's sad.
Right. Well, Molly, you seem to get a little frustrated. Would you ever put up with a suitor like Gus in real life?
Would I put up with a situation like this?
Yeah, right.
You know, it's what I find inspiring about Molly is that she's probably the perfect person to take on this kind of challenge because of her incredible resilience, you know, in a sense. Like, she has been through, I think, a lot in her life, and she still decides to approach things with a lightness and a positivity that I think is fairly unique. You know, and when you do get into a relationship or when you do fall in love, a lot of times you find out something about the person who you're
Right.
so, you know, who you feel so much for, that is a challenge. You know, whatever that challenge is, you can become very frustrated and you can be disheartened, or you can sort of tackle it together. You can decide to find a way, you know, that only happens if, you know, the feelings are, I think, strong enough to warrant that
Right.
effort. But she's game. She's up for it. So I don't know. I found her inspiring as a character because she's able to do it. So I probably couldn't do it, and you know, most women probably should not do something like this because it's incredibly unhealthy emotionally. It's more, you know, it's like other stories that I've been a part of telling where it's not so much the literal thing that's happening, but the takeaway is more that that there are all kinds of challenges that couples
Right,
face,
the
and
lesson.
this is their specific one, but
Sure.
it could be anything.
True. So between the two of you, who's the biggest romantic, hopeful romantic in real life?
Oh gosh.
I don't know. That's a
I'm
very
going to say Alexis, but I would say maybe 10 years ago I would have had you beat.
Why?
Because I used to be just ridiculous. I used to be like unhealthily so hopeless romantic, where I would get so lost in my girlfriends that it just like I would lose my own identity. You know what I mean? Like, I was that guy. Like, I was thinking about them all the time, and I was always like, oh, you know what I'll do right now is I'll go and I'll buy him a card, or I'll give him some flowers.
That's so sweet.
Well, you'd think, except that when you do it, it kind of loses its. Not that I ever didn't mean it when I would do it, but I mean, it loses its impact, I think.
It was too much.
It was too much.
You want to lose the hopeless and just be romantic.
And just be romantic. Exactly. And I was
goal.
hopeless. I was hopeless. So yeah, but now I would maybe say, given you know, not that we didn't really talk about any of that stuff.
We did not.
Too much, but I did witness how much Alexis absolutely loves her now fiance, her then boyfriend. And you know, I mean, you know, we'd be in New Orleans, and we'd be having like a great time. We'd be out somewhere listening to some music, and she's like, "Where's videos there? Where is he?"
I was like looking at photos of him.
Yeah, you know, you just, and to me, and it was so sweet, and it was just, you know, and it's inspiring. It's inspiring to see two people that love each other and clearly love each other so much that, you know, they are tying the knot, they're making it happen. So that's good.
Perfect. Well, you have a lot of fans, both of you, that
Thank you.
are excited to see this on Sunday, and thanks for talking to us. It was great.
Yeah.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day, Stephanie.
Okay, take care.
Bye.